Fire Down Below is a blockbuster hit where Big Daddy Greenpeace secures his place as an environmental pioneer that paved the way for little poop muffins like Greta Thumbtack.
How dare you!
Well, I mean, the environment is a tremendously important subject to me. And I started working on this in songs and poetry and movies. I think long before anybody else did. In fact, I think I'm the only actor that's done 2 major environmental movies, because one was Underground, but the other was Fire Down Below.
And Sensei Slim Jim chats up, hassles, and stalks kids in the hopes of getting their cookie stash. And that's not some creepy euphemism. I mean their actual baked treats.
I love the f*** out of cookies.
Plus, Whistler takes a break from helping Blade and has a shave and a shower before pissing off Big Papa Pimp Slap by trying to steal all of the
drugs on some women.
Took me to a restaurant and I had to eat something fast. I ordered me some chicken, they gave me alligator ass.
Straight away, Sensei and his buddy talk about the games they're going to play with the ladies once they attain the previously mentioned
drugs.
When I'm back, we're gonna go hunt.
Captain Seagal plays with the Microsoft Flight Simulator because after food expenses and boot polish for his hair, the budget is thin.
Shit.
We're given some lazy shitty exposition within the first 2 minutes about the death of his partner, the bad guys, and the environment.
According to the state police, there was alcohol in the truck. They say it's an accident. I don't think so. And 3 dead agents. 2 FBI
The movie contains random lines like this.
Oh, y'all dressed like that?
Yes, sir.
That's very nice. You play a little guitar or something?
Every now and then.
For absolutely no reason, other than Seagal being the greatest guitar player ever. I mean, a little bit of pot calling the kettle black here, mate.
Oh, y'all dressed like that?
Huh?
Luckily, Sensei is handsome enough to pull off any outfit. Big Daddy does his best impression of a creepy pedo when he manages to get himself invited into the home of 3 really young girls.
That's a pretty name. Alright, it's a pretty name, and how about you? You out here just with your mama?
Sure, come on in.
Okay.
He does have his sleeves rolled up looking jacked as shit, so his confidence is at extreme highs. And from there he takes his testosterone and aims it accordingly at 2 lucky young ladies.
Can you come back and see us?
I'm gonna do that. 2 beautiful twins like you. Get to man thinking.
And there he is, the charming casting couch legend himself, who refuses to pay for the
You mean it's not free?
No.
Those ladies definitely paid their way to be in this movie, and we all know what that means. You bloody legend, Sensei Sorry. I love you.
Finest girl I ever had.
Big Papa Pant Python catches a glimpse of his 10-year-old's Willie and is instantly jealous and out for blood.
Hey, boy, what are you doing? Boy.
He chases him to rob him of his cookies before finding the boy's father and inflicting a punishment of mouth penetration and domination.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Boy.
Seagal spots the blonde chick from CSI eating the last piece of cake and goes in to get his cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying.
Bing, bang, boom.
Obviously he will slay that young lady, but more importantly, he needs that sugar fix.
Come, sit down and have some of that with me.
He tries to casually slip in some Buddhist Zen wisdom in the movie, but the hillbillies are having none of it.
That's kind of like a Zen riddle, isn't it?
Huh?
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Sensei Muncher promises to get under her hood and give the lady some of the much needed Sensei sloppy tickles.
You get under there and fix it all up. It won't cost you nothing.
Thank you, but I'm not interested.
How dare you turn down a munching from the Great One? You ungrateful witch.
I think she belongs in a zoo.
Sensei Stalker does that thing where he just stares at people, kids and adults alike, but this time he literally stalks this woman during the entire supermarket visit.
What's a fella like you gonna do with all this honey?
I can answer that. Stick his hand in and eat it like a certain chubby little Pooh Bear.
This is what Japanese would eat every day. This is what a samurai would eat.
This woman finally comes to her senseis about Sensei munching her muff and backpedals immediately.
I've been thinking about what you said about my
Pussy.
Would you still consider fixing it?
What made you change your mind?
Look at you, Big Daddy. You're a handsome, charming stallion, sir. That's a silly question.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
One of the twins asks to see Big Daddy Dancer showing off his sexy dance moves and offers up her sister as payment.
What do you give me?
It's my sister. All right.
Okay, deal.
Sensei bashes a group of rednecks with as little energy and action as possible, but he does so with an awesome jacket, so all is forgiven. Seagal's stunt hand double and stunt back double earn their dollars because he couldn't be bothered doing any of this shit.
Hey man, Steven Seagal here. He's a movie star.
CSI lady caught Sensei sniffing her used panties when she turned her back, but he calmly explains his actions.
Well, where I come from, that's kind of how people get to know one another.
She also explains she has pea-stained undergarments he might enjoy, and Seagal can't resist having a sniff.
Oh, I guess so.
The older brother comes home and lets us know that they have some kind of weird and creepy relationship.
I'll tell you something about my little sister. She is the best pussy in Eastern Kentucky, and that's a fact.
It actually does turn out that this dude was diddling his sister, but we won't get into that crap. The dirty piggies come to arrest Big Papa Punisher, but they clearly forgot who they're fucking with. So he reminds them they're all getting penetrated.
Listen, why don't we cut this shit? You know who I am. How you want to do this? Crawl up every orifice you got. How do you want it? How do you want it?
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Huh?
This woman pretends she hasn't seen Under Siege before.
Who are you?
And then she has the nerve to question Sensei stripper pole's intentions and integrity.
Did you really want to come and fix my pussy? Get to know me, or was that just a lie too?
I can answer that. Yes, he wants to fix it as often as he can. Now we're going to take a brief moment from Seagal fixing everyone's pussy to thank today's sponsor, all of you legends.
Yeah, buddy!
Most channels interrupt to dedicate time to some outsider paying them for it, but I don't have a sponsor, so I'd like to thank all of you for watching and supporting the channel. The closest thing to a sponsor is the legendary Patreon crew that helps support the spread of Seagalism. So thank you, legends.
I fucking love you. I love you.
I fucking love you too. I fucking love you too.
There's also a scintillating and scandalous range of Bushido merch available that almost certainly isn't made in a Chinese sweatshop, so it makes you a good person. Now back to Big Daddy Dumpster Fire.
Steven Seagal can save my life.
Big Papa Preacher finally decides to accept his role as a chosen one and pulls the ultimate godlike move of explaining why these people will never be as good as him.
Thank you all. Please be seated. You all are ignorant, barefoot, poor dumb hillbillies.
And before you know it,
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day, bum, 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 bum.
this guy insults Big Daddy Diaper about his ridiculous clothing and constantly putting his hands on his stomach, but Seagal ignores him.
In this case, it's just not worth it.
Until the young lad then drops a comment about Sensei's wuss bag running style, and shit gets real.
Now that's worth it.
I said turn him loose.
It turns out that Whistler isn't pleased that all the women want to shag Big Daddy Dirk Diggler and tries to get rid of him.
What's your price?
I have a lot of money. I'll give you some to go away.
Oh, Whistler. There's two things you need to know about Big Papa, my friend. Firstly, the man is cashed up.
I got a lot of money.
Secondly, there are far more important things to Sensei Snake Charmer.
I'm not all about the money, I'm all about the honor.
Never underestimate the power of the pussy.
Whistler makes another offer that actually has Seagal licking his lips in excitement.
Kiss my ass.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. How do you want it?
Now, the brother of the CSI lady plans to kill Seagal at some point, but I don't know why he doesn't just shoot him right then and there, burn his body, and boom, game over. A little scuffle breaks out where Sensei definitely films this scene himself, and not some bloke that looks nothing like him. Meanwhile, these guys continue to crawl in the very same acid that is causing all of their pain because they're all backward folk that are dumber than a
Retarded child.
Elsewhere, Seagal decides to sneak a quick little shag in, so he releases CSI lady from his sex dungeon for some nookie and a cookie. She's noticeably terrified and excited, a normal reaction.
So what that means is it's gonna get a little hot around here.
Poor CSI lady has served her purpose, so Seagal ships her off to be trafficked somewhere with these gentlemen.
So you go with these gentlemen, they're gonna take good care of you, okay? You go ahead and go with them now.
They turn out to be dodgy scammers that don't pay, but Seagal is more interested in shooting at lights than killing actual bad guys.
Yesterday.
Then all of a sudden he shows off the skills that have made him a master shooter. Not my words, those are his words.
I'm trying to pass down some of the secrets that have made me a master shooter.
Even though before, he couldn't hit anything to save his life. Sadly, this lady finally realizes that the life of a sexy, talented warrior has a cost, and she has to pay that cost.
You're never gonna come back again, are you? Your flame with the country girl is over.
Oh, don't worry, lady, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Stick around, we're gonna have some fun. No, come back here.
Fuck you up ugly.
Sick of playing games, Sensei tells Whistler that he plans to enter every orifice he has.
I promise you, as sure as you stand here now, I'm gonna show you a new meaning to the word violation. Crawl up every orifice you got.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
But not before taking a moment to have a go at Chuck Norris for his appalling contribution to martial arts and the folklore.
You're a piece of shit. And I'm ashamed of you.
The big man then waddles in again, and I gotta admit there's an awful lot of waddling in this movie. But this time he's waddling in for the final scene.
The ducks go waddling one by one, hurrah, hurrah.
He confronts Whistler about trying to steal a lot of the hot trim in this movie, and how he had to go 1 hour without a naked, obedient woman in his trailer.
That's a long time to go without a woman.
Bullets fly and Whistler gets in a few cheeky insults before the end of the movie.
Fuck you, Jack. Still alive, asshole.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
But Sensei is off to slay all the hot extras and female actors. So who's the real winner here, Whistler?
A level when you talk dirty.
CSI lady is excited to see Seagal and has come back to fix her pussy as promised. Lucky bitch. I do believe that all of these are full of cookies, various BDSM toys, and copious amounts of nose candy.
Stick around, we're gonna have some fun.
Just a standard day in the life of the great one, Sensei Sugar Soap. As always, Seagalians, thanks for watching. If you're fresh meat and new to these parts, think about liking and subscribing if you had a little bit of fun at some point. Until next time, my friends, always guard the last piece of cake. Be careful how you stare when you're around children, but above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
When I'm sailing away, sun shining bright in the sky, and I'm free when I close my eyes. Help me wash away my sorrow.